The minority leader, on behalf of the minority caucus, has objected to my describing their caucus as micro-minority caucus, and that this is a term that is unknown to the rules of the House. He is totally right. Honorable members, I will say that he himself misled me, because he himself has used the term micro-minority.
Mr. Speaker, you know, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I know you miss your days. You miss your days as
honorable members, the objection is to the fact that it should not be formally so recognized by the records of Parliament. I agree with you. And so it should not be used by the Speaker, but it can be used by the leaders.
Mr. Speaker, we are getting the impression, Mr. Speaker, the minority caucus is getting the impression that Mr. Speaker may be assisting the majority. Mr. Speaker, because you seem to be doing their debate for them. We are the official minority. There can't be any other description. And it shouldn't be used by anybody on the floor of this House. You cannot even use that term. It's not only Mr. Speaker. You can't use that term micro-minority. From today, nobody should ever use that term in this House. Nobody should use that term in this House.
Honorable members, the minority leader is saying that I should not protect them. Is that what I'm to understand?
Speaker, we are saying that protect the minority. We are not, Mr. Speaker. You see your man. Mr. Speaker, you see what you are doing to us.
Listen to how it all started.
But let it be known by all of you that it's part of the duty of the Speaker to protect the micro-minority. Honorable members, it's also part of my duty.
We find this unacceptable. Mr. Speaker, the minority seconded your proposal and the motion for your election. Mr. Speaker, when the so-called majority was even conspiring against you, we protested. We stopped them from that conspiracy. Mr. Speaker, it was us, the minority of conscience. This minority is the conscience of this House. Today, the so-called majority could not get its members to come to the House. 61 of you are absent. Mr. Speaker, we don't accept the description micro-minority. We are minority. Simplicity. Mr. Speaker, please, kindly, Mr. Speaker, describe us as such. We are the minority. We are not micro-minority. I so submit.
Parliament is such an interesting place, Ibrahim.
Yes. We are not micro morning star.
Oh.
We are morning
Good morning once again.
Good morning.
So yeah, I mean, before it got lighthearted, it was quite heated.
Very.
But I don't know. I don't know when I can take it that Afenyo is joking about something, because you see, he will be up to mischief.
Yes.
And he will put a stern face on, only for him to laugh at the end.
Most definitely, because this one was quite heated. Immediately, the speaker uttered those words. The charges from the minority side got up. We all stood up, as if to stage a walkout, and we're looking forward to the first walkout of the third sitting of the first meeting of the 9th Parliament. And then I think he got up, and then he fumed through his words, and that calmed the minority side down. They sat down, and so you see, what is shocking is that I think he just has used this word before.
Yes, that's
he has used it constantly.
That's the speaker reference. And he says he wants to be known as Osahin.
Osahin, yes. Okay, so loosely interpreted, it could be rebel leader or like okay, they thought. Yes,
but in our politics, the Osahin, remember, is Osahin Boachijan.
Yes.
And he's associated with the 70s
rebellion. Right. And so he says the chiefs and people of Futu give him that title, and he intends using it. Okay, so it was captured in the Futu proceedings and put into bracket.
Osahin.
So yes, it caught somebody's attention. The person got up and say,
is this a chieftain's institution? Is it a kingdom?
And Ahmed Ibrahim, he called him mischievous. He said that everybody's allowed to stand.
Then they want to win the title.
Tomorrow somebody's wife will say, I confer on you the title, darling. And then the person will come and say that. Me to privilege my name with darling. You see, so okay, so yesterday, aside this, the only serious thing that happened was that the committee of selection had been constituted.
Okay, the appointment committee.
Appointment committee as well. Has equally been constituted.
Who is the chair? It will be
the chair is the first deputy speaker.
Okay.
And that's Bernard Ahiafo.
Okay.
And then the man you just heard, the minority leader, is the ranking member.
Yeah.
Right. And so yesterday we were picking signals that Mahama was likely to drop his first list. Hopefully it happens today, because there's a committee in Parliament ready and waiting to get to work. Right.
Is Ohuju on the committee?
I'll have to take a second look at it. But yeah, you see, the committee is a bit problematic because the NDC have decided not to change this front bench yet, but we know that it's just a matter of time.
Okay.
And so Dr. Kisela Tufosin and Kua are on the selection committee and many others, right? And what we are picking is that Muhammad Yarga might not in the end be the majority leader, but it will go to Muntaka. We all floated these two names. I'm not sure any of them is deficient in any way.
I would actually prefer Muntaka.
Yes, because Muntaka has said publicly that he might not want to be in the executive.
Oh, okay.
He said that in times past. Then again, there were many things that people said in the past that have.
I would prefer Muntaka mainly because I need him on the appointment committee. Even with this one, it's not. He's not in opposition.
But trust Muntaka. Muntaka, for his political life, has not always gone with the tide.
That's true.
He's not always gone with the tide.
That's true.
Yes. And I'm sure that's what is even pushing the majority to say that, you know what, we have overwhelming numbers.
Yes.
We need some conscience.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That would be
so basically that would be
interesting. Wait to see. If he is indeed chosen, it will be interesting to see how he will face off with Afenyo Marki. You noticed when when the swearing in was about to be done for the election of the speaker. He had to reluctantly at a point get up and say that ordinarily he wouldn't have spoken.
Yes.
But he sees a lot of mischief on the side of his colleague on the other side, and he wanted to.
Yeah. So yesterday, for instance, still about the titles. People want to use the Alagi titles. People want to use Reverend because, for instance, Ablekuma, West MP.
Yes, it's a Reverend.
And he uses it.
Yes.
In sending his details to the EC, he adds it. Yes. And so they say if you want to use it, then formally inform the House that you want to use it. There are others who don't intend using such titles.
So the Osahin will be maintained?
if he legitimizes it by officially requesting for it to be used.
I think we will not kill person. Anyway,
you people were here crying. Please, the gentleman met. What I mean by gentleman is the head of state for Burkina Faso.
President the Burkina Faso.
He met Mahama again. I don't know whether it was shortly after the ceremony. Yeah. But he was still with the side arm. Yeah. You guys are crying over nothing.
see, and like what I said and what I posted on social media, I don't see the threat. I see two people who trust each other wholeheartedly. Yeah. For the gentleman to move from Burkina Faso and come to Ghana, regardless of the security implications. Like you said, Tinubu was seated right there. He had threatened to send military. ECOWAS stand by for. I don't know where they are standing though. Yeah. But
and you see, that is why
I like to talk tough.
That is why Professor Aine, when we spoke to him yesterday, said that ECOWAS was woeful. Yeah. In their reaction to the whole incident in Burkina and then the other countries. Yes, and he says that having to bring all of them here is actually goes beyond what we are seeing. It could be the beginning of conversations because we have had Tinubu, who is a chair here, and then these leaders also here. It could serve as a beginning of conversations to bring some finality to this whole thing. And I'm just seeing that the president gifted the gentleman who walked from, is it Tamale? Kumasi to Accra for to congratulate him and witness the congregation. He's gifted him a Renault. Yeah. And at this point, I should have walked.
Yes. No, but we've been walking all our lives. Johnny walkers.
The short decides they are walking. No.
Put them together. And you come on back.
The gentleman has really done well.
Oh, yeah.
And looking at his age too. I mean, he's 65, right?
Yeah. And this is my first time though. I heard him speak. And he says he's done this before. He does this to create awareness. But this time around, it's quite special for him. He said.
So how long?
He came to Kumasi. No, he actually picked the car to Kumasi. Yeah. And then walked to Accra.
So I'm saying so from Kumasi to Accra, how long?
I think because that's about 280 kilometers thereabout. That's serious. Yeah.
All right. Let's go to what the papers are. I was trying to look for the post by the Burkina Bay presidency.
Yeah, I've seen the video.
I've seen the
video.
With
the
and it brings to the fore
Burkina.
I don't know if it's deliberate, but those of us Anglophone countries, we speak English, we don't make any effort.
Not at all.
You could hear him speak English. You could hear him say thank you. You could hear him nod to some of the things Mama say, which means that he could understand a bit of English. Except that when it comes to us, we don't make the effort, and it is sad.
At least, yes. When you go to the French, you visit their markets. At least, like you get by.
Yeah.
Because when you're struggling with the French, the sellers, they can, might say, how much you have? Then you see,
yes.
It reminds me of a video I saw of a Ghanaian and a Chinese. They were communicating in relation to a tractor. I said, you do, you that. And and someone said, they have their own language. So just like that, you go to a market, they'll manage to pull one out that I mean it's just going to facilitate the transaction, but it's good that at least some little ones, some basic ones you can use. Think about the fact that we are surrounded by French-speaking countries.
And we don't make the effort.
So the Burkina presidency, they updated their Facebook page about 8 hours ago, and then Burkina Ghana cooperation, a new momentum to boost development. Newly inaugurated President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, granted a hearing on Tuesday, January 7, 2025, to the President of Burkina Faso, Head of State, Captain Ibrahim Traore. Now, during the hearing, the two heads of state expressed their willingness to work to strengthen bilateral cooperation and set footsteps for the development, or footprints for the development, or put in steps. I think this is a direct translation, so sometimes it's just word for word. So it will set, in place or put in place measures for the development of their countries. In this perspective, President Traore Presidents Traore and Mahama have raised major issues relating to strategic sector success to boost the economy. It goes on and on and on. And you know, the one I saw, this one is actually on one of the, I think, the national news channels, but the one I saw mainly on the Burkinabe presidency page, and I went to the comment section to read. Many of the people there were, they were lauding Ibrahim Traore, and they were saying that he's very strategic. He will move only when he thinks that this is important and it will be beneficial to their country. And I think that they are a landlocked country, right?
Oh, yes. So, they use our ports.
Yes, so they use our ports, and so we are very strategic. They can call the bluff of Nigeria because really in the scheme of things, it will not really affect them as much. But for us, it is very direct. So they will weigh the options and see.
There's an ECOWAS arrangement now that gets them to pay very little barrel of duties because our port is designated as their port too. So that's what some unscrupulous Kenyans do, is to clear the goods as if it's Burkina bound, and then bring it back.
But if they catch you, say you pay.
You have to pay the full complement of the duties. But of course, that's a beautiful arrangement because it's not their fault that they are a landlocked country.
Yes.
It's not their fault that they are not by the sea.
Exactly. It's because of the partitioning. We were divided like confetti. People went to sit at the meeting, they just partitioned us, and then
the partitioning meeting. Say, I'll take you take it there.
Because you realize, you see, we are one people.
Oh yes.
We are more there are some things you see in our neighboring countries and like it's this can only be because it is only as a result of these partitions that people see, and sometimes people are even fighting over borders and stuff like that. It was not supposed to be the case. It wasn't supposed to be the case. Well, but it is what it is.
Let's see.
Journalism is always you.
Not at all.
Look at Maxwell Agbagba. He's on the front page.
Yeah, you hold the microphones.
Can you see him?
Yeah. I saw a black share a picture of engagement with him in Parliament. And
you were in there?
No, the camera had hidden all of the tripod had hidden all of us, but it's my microphone that you see.
It reminds me of, when the inauguration was going on, not inauguration, the coalition.
Yes.
Remember when you and I went to the Electoral Commission regional office, and then we spoke to Afenyo Markin, and I was standing next to him. So I was
very visible.
Yes, and so ordinarily when I'm not talking, I have a very stern-looking face, and so that's why some people say I have a resting that face.
Yeah.
So you know what it's
that face. That face.
Oh, it's okay. So I was very stern looking, and so a friend of mine took a shot. I was like, looks like you were not having it. I was like, actually, it's the opposite. I was just.
No, but in essence, your face was telling him that, okay, we are hearing what you are saying.
I was telling my friend, no, I was just. It's just me.
Yes, of course. Professor Nana Jinopukaji, my excellency, it's also just her. You see the picture of her and the Chief Justice. That's also just her.
But that look is not a look of mischief.
No, it's a very profound look.
No.
Regardless of how you look at it.
No, because it's just, that's the thing.
It could be any...
No. Because before she started it, they were exchanging... they were all laughing. At a point, she even she raised, I don't know how to describe it, but she raised one eyebrow. More like
it also captured in the picture somehow.
So it's more like I don't see it as a mischievous look at it.
No, it's not.
But many people are seeing it as that. Because I saw the interaction.
It could be that's pleasant. It could be
that's people are just trying to be mischievous. It's women supporting women. Let us be.
Almost definitely. And Wigihe supporting Wigihe.
Yeah, now I see that they have posted some of the photos. It's all good.
Good for them.
Success has a lot of friends. It's fine. It's okay.
No, definitely.
And I think that it also speaks to our politics.
Yeah.
It speaks to our politics. I remember a resource person that trained us some time back.
I think just as a politician.
Relax for me.
No,
I'm saying relax.
I'm guiding you.
Relax. I'm saying there was this a resource person who in the 2020 election she stuck out her neck for Professor Nanaji because she says it's all about women.
Yeah.
Look, the way her people misconstrued it and everything, and people were like, hey, now you're into politics. I was like, don't you simply get it? I am all for a woman ascending to a position of leadership, and that is the principle with which I'm working. So you see, when you see things like that, it is sometimes also difficult for people to stick out. You realize in 2020, many of the women who stuck out their neck for Nana Jane and said that let's vote for her because she's a woman and she's competent for that matter, I didn't see as many stick their neck out in 2016.
That's true.
Because most of them were bent. And people misunderstood that it was just the principle of we wanting a woman to be at the top too.
Yes.
And so we must reach a point in our politics where people see the principle in supporting individuals.
And you're right. In 2020, see, there was only one woman on the ticket.
Absolutely.
For the two major political parties. And so when you talk about women supporting women, at least there should have been that crusade, but there was that crusade from some gender-based organizations, to be honest and to be fair.
Especially in 2020.
It was just not profound, because 2020 was the very first one.
Oh, but 2020, it was
people stuck their neck out.
It was noticeable.
Yes, very. But 2024, it died down completely.
That's what I'm saying.
And then the crusade rather became, okay, if NDC is bringing a woman again, then MPP must also bring a woman. That was what the crusade then became. When the MPP didn't bring a woman, the crusade just died down.
It's quite unfortunate. I hope we all learn from our mistakes, basically. So the Daily Graphic newspaper, front page, energy crisis looms, $1.2 billion needed for Accra. Charlie, you see how change in power sometimes makes room for free speech. Gridco literally could not speak at the latter part of the administration. But when the switch happened, Gridco has freely spoken. Talking about how we don't have enough fuel and we need money, X and Y. I hope and pray that they will have the space to speak freely moving forward until and even when it gets to a point where perhaps there is a change in government, they will be able to speak.
You know that's not going to happen.
You know our politicians.
You know that's not going to happen.
But here's the thing. See, if there's any one measuring rod that we're going to use for this new administration, it's about the ability of people to speak and speak freely. You spoke to Professor Kwesiani yesterday. I saw the story and I was heartbroken because Professor Kwesiani is one of the finest brains. In fact, I'm always excited when I get in touch with him and I'm able to put him on air. As a producer, and the same goes for virtually everybody. For this man to tell you that he went through hell for the past 8 years, and trust me, privately, he's been relating to us what he went through. He speaks, and somebody from somewhere calls him, and because of where he was, says, "Don't talk about this again." And he was a person of like, "But Charlie, you can as well be my son. Let's not get there again." Yes, for Charles, yes, I don't entirely agree that it's just now that Charles has been speaking. But yeah, maybe now they found the voice proper.
But to be as bold as saying that bring food.
Yes.
They've never been.
No, that you are right. But it was the head teachers themselves who had been cowed into submission, and it felt like their survival depend on the ability to keep quiet about challenges of the free teachers. Let us never get there again. Now there are suggestions that we should equally set up a committee to address the challenges, and I agree. I agree perfectly.
I agree too.
I agree perfectly that set up a committee made up of the stakeholders in the educational sector to deal with these challenges, because some of the kids are already in school. Now Charles is saying that they should bring food.
But Charles itself, when people were misconstruing review to mean cancellation, where were they?
That's another thing.
See, sometimes.
Hey, but did you expect them to speak some? Sometimes it's hard though. Let's move on.
But see, that's the best way to get a lead on a challenge. Let people talk about it.
The politicians, when they get to somebody, they will not listen to anybody. That's what it is. Other stories here. So, so energy crisis looms, $1.2 billion needed for Accra, just Accra. And government and stakeholders scramble for solution. And Ghana misses inflation targets, I remember when I spoke to the advisor. The former advisor. I said, does it look like you'll be able to meet it? Because they said an 18%.
It's not
initially it was 15, and they revised it to 18.
It
says, they are confident they will be able to meet it. Now here we are.
23.8, right?
Yes.
So that's the third quarter or the fourth quarter?
Yes, December.
Okay, so then we can say that officially this is the inflation that the Akufo-Addo administration is living as with.
Yes.
All right.
And then President revokes MMDC's appointments, and business grinds slowly at MDA's day one after transition. Ablekumanos, returning officer, steps down.
Charlie. Is he going to do it?
I know good work. Yeah, he's the one who says, "Ocham baby, baby."
But the stepping down means he's resigned.
I suppose.
Wow.
Coalition exercise suspended for the 6th time. Really?
Oh, yes.
Now 6?
Yes.
Hey, Ablekumanos, at this point.
And I'm told by our reporter that it's left with only 3 polling stations. If you put all those polling stations together, it's about 1,200. Currently, the difference between both candidates is a little close to 400.
Okay.
So it means those 3 polling stations are crucial.
It's like time.
So we don't know if they are going to have a rerun of
those. They should just go and have a rerun. For this one, they just go and have a rerun. And then let's have this. Let them have an MP. Simple.
So that when they are done, the MP will be sworn in alone in the chamber.
In the chamber. That would be nice. It's like by election.
Yes.
Yeah.
I recall. So let me recall correctly. This guy, Jeche Kwesen, he had to be sworn in again after his by-election.
Exactly.
Back page. Food crisis imminent in Volta River Basin. As for research findings, and then irate youth storm public institutions in Tema, demand exit of MPP.
That's why I disagree that the business at the MMDC
is grinding slowly.
No, it was not quiet. Party reporters were there. Crossack even had to address the media, saying that I beg, we are public servants, so when you come, you leave us alone. But you see?
If you go to Cocoa Board and drag everybody out, obviously they are not going to give you the job. Can you even perform
the job of the?
So you can't just go there and assume that everybody is a political appointee for which reason. I mean, there are people who were not there because of politics.
Exactly. See, they are backing at the wrong tree. You see, if you want to go to Cocoa Board, you don't go there physically. The people who make those decisions are sitting in air conditioning having meetings. Go there, and then you can find them because there's heat of late. You can go there and find them, and then you whisper to them that I want to go to Cocoa Board. How are you going to do that?
When you go, so what do they sit in the office?
Yeah, they just want to show you that Charlie, there's a new sheriff in town, right? And to be fair to the people of the Eastern region, they are saying that they just kept a script in 2017. And that's the same script that they are reading now. So there are people who are also handing out from the NHIS, from TVET, from NADMU. And so for instance, the CEOs who have been holding, in fact, they've actually photocopied the Supreme Court judgment, right? And they are browsing it. And so I asked myself one question, right? So let's just go to the STC. So let's just say the Nakumia wants to work with Mahama. Like, how is that logically even possible? That there is a 24-hour economy policy, and the buses are supposed to run 24 hours, right? And an Nakumia who, in essence, preferred alternative solutions, right? And indicated that these were the solutions that were worthy of being implemented. And then now saying that because of a certain Supreme Court judgment, I want to still be MD for STC and implement Muhammad's 24-hour economy. That's logically and practically impossible. So sometimes when we are giving judgment, right, we should look at the practicality, the feasibility, and then the principality. Yes, the principle of that judgment, because some of them are not implementable. And this is one of them. Masokufi Juma Gibok, the president-in-law.
You mean the gentleman who threatened that if the office staff joins a demonstration?
Yeah, he was going to dismiss them. No, he said, DM, now I want to work for you. For the politically exposed person, we all know. I'm not here. Says, I jump before you push me. You are not offensive. He's gone. So far, he's the very first one.
It's because of
he's the very first one I've seen. And then, of course, yesterday I was talking to Nadia about the boards and councils of universities.
Oh, they are gone.
But you see, the decisions they took before going, Some of them actually extended the tenure of some vice chancellors. They have no capacity to do that.
Way before the time they were supposed to.
Yes. Anyway, for the University of Ghana one, we Vandals, we are not happy because the woman has not been helpful. The Vandals are now in charge of government, right?
You Vandals.
We Vandals, that's why I was specific.
But the university has benefited.
Don't worry, we Vandals. We run the country now.
Vandals is not legal.
We run the country now. We remind you.
We are your girls, but
yeah, that's true. And you are in red too. Coco. Anyway, so Guardian Times this morning. First day at work. That's a good one. First day at work, President Mahama fires MMDC's first coordinating director to act. This according to the Local Government Act. Ajay Alima uttered the last letter for 2017 as well. Yes, but this one has been very swift. Yeah, no time to waste.
Yesterday we were engaged for one of those who have been relieved. And he said this is the fastest.
Yes. No business.
Yeah, so this one is the Usain Bolt kind of speed.
We are not.
They said some of them, they had already.
Of course. Oh yeah. They're a government appointee. Why not? We are not micro minority. MPP's film. It comes with a picture of a pensive looking
in primary school, if they give you a name and you don't like it, you keep quiet.
It sticks.
Once you fight it, it remains.
It sticks. Government takes measures to avert looming power crisis. Yesterday I was engaging Dr. Comrade Donko, the former Prime Minister, and he had indicated that he had suggested to Julius Debra to put together a team to deal with the sector problems way before. Right, and then lo and behold, he convened that stakeholder meeting, and then a committee has been unveiled. Yes, let's just hope they are able to deal with it. The heat and then the erratic power supply, they don't marry at all.
Even with power,
Charlie, the fan blows the heat back to you.
Charlie?
Oh, Charlie, but it's Charlie, you know, last year when the weather became cool, the rains came in, and you know, literally, like if you turn on the fan, it felt like it was an air conditioner. And I used to say that, hey, this cold that you are enjoying, you should enjoy it because the suffering moments will come. And here we are. Look, when you enter the building, the walls have absorbed the heat. And that's the first thing that slaps you when you enter. I'm like, hey, what is this?
Like when you want to open your window screams at you like, it is not my fault.
That's the point.
It's not because I'm close.
That's the point.
At this point, we don't have to carry ice pack too.
Yeah.
No, Charlie, the heat is too much. I'm done.
Okay, so the other headlines here. Okay, so that's it for Ghanaian Times. Okay.
All right. The New Crusading Guide newspaper, Mahama revokes appointment of MMDCs. Also, CBTG, Metalor and Swiss Better Gold brainstorm on responsible small-scale mining. Small-scale miners pledge support for Mahama's government. Also, contempt hearing against COP Yowonu and others. Set for January 3rd. I thought he was the one. Okay, this contempt is a different one. Another headline here: Ghanaians laud Zoom Lion for excellent cleanup after president's inauguration, and Volta Ghana Investment Company under scrutiny for selling lands under litigation.
All right. The Daily Dispatch newspaper, Mahama's success is key to NDC's chances in 2028. Asiedu Nketia, there was little danger from Captain Traore greeting Mahama while armed security analyst, and they, Professor Kwisini disagrees with that. He believes that it's not good. It's a breach of protocol. Other stories here. The amazing moment NDC supported cheered on Baumia at the president's inauguration. And the NDC government will NDC government will surely abolish the e-levy and COVID-19 levy. That's according to Joyce Bar Mokhtari.
Okay. Do we have anything like NDC government or NDC-led government? I'm always uncomfortable when people say NDC government. I mean, government is...
So government will surely abolish.
It's just that the NDC is leading.
Maybe NDC because of the
Mahama.
I mean, we should...
Anyway, the Chronicle of the final one I have. Mahama's investiture. Zoom Lion lauded for cleaning Accra. GNASSM ready to help JM fight Galamsey. And Mahama sacks all MMDCs. Federal Marking rejects micro minority tag. Quotation for this morning, Psalm 51:11. Cleanse me with what, hyssop or hyssop? Hyssop.
Ask the Pentecost guy.
Is it cleanse me with what? Hyssop or hyssop? Okay, hyssop. And I will be clean. Wash me and I will be whiter than snow. Okay, so says the Lord.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Chronicle.
Are you done with yours?
Hey, the Insight newspaper, the final one I have. Socialist Forum Ghana condemns President Akufo-Addo over betrayal of the people of Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic and Africa. Also, Care Ghana raises concerns over security lapses in 2024 election. They are demanding that the EC boss be dismissed as well. And the IGP over the coalition, and all those things. Also, President Mahama's policies will attract foreign investors. Alhaji Jalali and former CJ rejects Akufo-Addo's claim of perfect constitution, backs Mahama's call for review. Details on page 5 of the Insight newspaper. The last one here is why Israel ought to have been kept out of the inauguration of the 9th government. I'm done.
All right, final paper I have here. Daily Post newspaper will support Ghana's development initiative. That's according to the World Bank. Ablekuma North, we won't accept any illegality coming from the EC. That's according to the NDC. And e-levy, not just inconvenient but stifling. It will be scrapped, Joyce Bar Mokhtari assures. And Mahama revokes all MMDC appointments. That's it for Daily Post newspaper. Let's check the portals. starfm.com.gh 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 front page, banner headline, Kantamanto fire, Guta supports, okay, where is it? Guta supports reconstruction with 40,000 CDs. Also, Ablekuma North coalition to proceed despite resignation of returning officer. Okay, so he's resigned. Then Parliament unveils appointment committee and inauguration. Burkinabe president with gun is a major breach of protocol, Professor Ainen. And also, last 8 years was hell for me in Ghana, Professor Kwesi Ainen says. And police commend public for a successful presidential inauguration. And NPP did not inherit Dumso, IES boss. It says also, don't pressure Mahama over appointments. Isu Jaman MP. That's it for starfm.com.gh. Ibra.
All right, so let's go to City Newsroom. Of course, loading. The portal City Newsroom. So, our City Newsroom, the headlines here: privatizing ECG will be considered to improve power distribution. That's Mahama. And then our supporters are protecting state properties, not stealing them.
They don't. They are repeating Freddie Blaze words.
Freddie Blaze said, and then of course, in the last time we engaged Freddie Blaze, he mentioned that he uttered those words, but under different circumstances.
He should just admit that we will also encourage his people to be on the same line, please.
Bernard Ahia for Chairs Parliament's Appointments Committee. All 4 independent MPs join NDC majority at forcing. But a speaker said they should officially write to inform Parliament. If there were 7, they could have formed their own caucus.
Yes.
So they would have been
independent.
That would have been they will have a minority, they will have a majority.
But so then they will have the independent caucus.
But that would have been interesting. Looking forward to a day.
But why does it have to be 7?
They put down in the standing orders.
I'm saying
at least the number must be significant. I think 7 is
the 2 leading parties will always set standards that will fit.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll get there. Who knew that we're going to report for?
We'll see. We'll get to a point where we'll have like
I can't wait to witness it.
We'll have 20 independent candidates in Parliament.
Bernard Ahia for Chairs Parliament's Appointment Committee World Bank pledges support to revitalize Ghana's cocoa sector. We will support Ghana's developmental initiatives. That's according to World Bank. NPP failed to communicate challenges to Ghanaians. Vincent Asifua and Ablekuma North have won. I'll fight till the end. Equia free. Also, Ablekuma North will bring back returning officer to complete collation. Easy. I'm done collating Ablekuma North result. Find a new person. Returning officer quit.
You should listen to the audio.
No, they should listen to. No, in fact, I think the EC should not be intransigent in this.
Yes.
The gentleman, he's independent minded, right? you contracted him to do a job. It's becoming extremely difficult for him to do this work. You call presiding officer, he comes and tells you that these results are not from me. He tells you that this is not my signature. This is not my signature. Charlie!
But again, I want to understand from the EC what contracts did they sign with these returning officers? What are the do's and don'ts?
Yes.
Can they just say they've resigned without finally executing the task? These things keep coming up because look, in our history, I've never seen EC officials, returning officers, presiding officers being taken to court for not executing their job perfectly. I want us to look at that and also start applying the law, because as it stands now, it is very difficult to understand from the EC what it can do, because the gentleman says, I won't come. Already we are told that the 3 polling stations that are outstanding, the polling, the presiding officers also say they won't come.
Exactly.
Some of them say they've been there on few occasions and nothing really happened. Some of them say their life is that of their family. So
okay, so the Greater Accra Regional Chairman Ashimo is saying that MMDCs will be appointed within 14 days. That's overly ambitious. That's overly ambitious. And even the approval process at the various assemblies.
Some will be rejected, so they'll have to renominate.
Wait, he and Tete Chai, what's the problem?
Okay, so from day one, they failed to recognize the fact that they have one job to do, and that is bring the NDC from opposition into government. And it doesn't matter whether they like each other's noses, the way they smile, how their Ga is, whether they speak perfect Ga or not. They failed to recognize that. So from day one, they were fighting. And the fight was not in any enclosed place. They were doing it publicly. This one will issue a statement. The other one will counter it. This one will do this. They say, yeah, you have no power. This one will say, these, what's the name, candidate, during the internal elections, primaries, we are going to vet these candidates. No. That, you will be vetted by this. And lo and behold, they are in power now, and they are still fighting. That is why I issued a circular to the various constituency officers that you give us nominees that you think are fit to occupy any position. Add their series. Just bring it to the regional office. Ashimo says, no. Who sent you? I beg, disregard that. Don't send any list anywhere.
I can confidently say it wasn't their doing that got the NDC the seats in the Greater Accra.
Even if Stone,
people were just tired.
If Stone had been at the helm of affairs for the NDC in Greater Accra, MPP would have lost the reason. MPP knew that they had lost the reason.
I'm just saying, it's the people that were just tired and decided to vote in a certain direction.
Yes.
But it's not their doing.
No.
And so they,
with this kind of attitude and this kind of this and that, who are you going to be convinced?
Clearly.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be it for the newspaper review segment. We'll go for a break. When we return, it'll be time for Fair Check. It's still the Morning Star here on Star 103.5 FM.